her WWF run, she wasn't wearing any clothes. So
that's right.
But they've definitely accentuated her legs in the figure, which is what she was known for. The X-Pac, I reckon, is the pick of the line. And the cane, I just feel like we've seen that before.
Yeah. Well, put it this way. If I had a body like Stacey Keebler, I wouldn't wear much clothes either.
Well, I'm glad you don't, because we like you with your clothes on.
Also from Mattel, we've got the Elite Series 93 with the Steamboat variant. This looks like a cool figure. Really cool.
So which one's the variant?
Look, don't quote me on it. I'm assuming the yellow one is.
I thought the yellow one is as well, but I prefer the white.
Yeah, either. I think they both look really good. Really
and
good.
Really cool belts. It looks like the WCW TV title there as the belt.
Yeah.
So
anytime I've seen Steamboat interviewed or backstage, he just seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Intelligent, switched on.
You got to think about Ricky the Dragon. It must be hard for him. He's a massive star in the early mid-'80s, and so many of the guys that he wrestled with have died.
Yeah.
Like, he would go to all those conventions, and 40, 50, 60 other big stars from that time have all died. And he looks like he could wrestle tomorrow. He looks so fit, healthy. Yeah. You can see in his face he looks healthy. Yeah. And you just wonder whether he made some really good life choices while everybody else was.
Well, I think so. Yeah. I think he was smart enough to make those good life choices back in the day.
Mm.
Now, these WWE Prism cards have just blown up, haven't they? They've been very, very popular. I had someone text me, actually a good friend of mine, Michael from Icons of Sport, who he invests in many, many cards, and he sent me a text saying, get on these Prism cards and buy a box and put them aside. He said they're going to go up to $5,000 very, very quick smart. And I wouldn't be surprised, because these cards that are coming out of these boxes are sensational. A lot of legends. I think it speaks to a lot of genres of or eras, I should say, of wrestling fans. So it speaks to you and I, and it speaks to your son. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of variety there.
I can tell you, they don't speak to my son at $1,000 a box.
Yes,
he will never know they exist.
Good point. And I was listening to I forget the gentleman's name from Cherry Collectibles, the owner. He was saying that within the box, there's 20 to 30 year brands in a box, like the Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, and then you got, brands like, I don't know, Brock Lesnar and all the modern day stuff, and Randy Orton, who's been around for 20 years. Did you see that?
Yes, 20 years.
Randy Orton's been 20 years. Gosh. So in that box, there's been so many brands that they're promoting, which is why it's so popular. So great investment. If you've got a spare Gorilla line around, grab yourself a box or two and hold on tight. What's up next, mate? We've got NECA.
We've got the NECA.
We've got a 2-pack. Casey and April from the Farmhouse 2-pack from the original movie. This is where they're aggressively flirting with each other, remember?
I don't remember. But I'll tell you what I do like about these is how detailed the face sculpts are on these.
Yeah. Look at the turtle wax. Remember that?
Yeah. So cool.
Very cool. NECA just continue to blow this toy line out of the park.
Love to see them do some high-end WWE figs, NECA.
Oh, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Now, we haven't heard from our great friends at Junk Shop Dog for a while, but finally Series 2 has landed and is available and on sale now on their website. So there's 4 items to choose from their Series 2 line. We've got Dynamite Kid plus Dynamite Kid variant. We've got a Bull Nakano and a Giant Bubba. So congratulations, Junk Shop Dog. Finally, Series 2 is out. The quiet achievers, and they keep delivering. So well done, guys.
Hey, Giant Bubba kind of reminds me of you on it.
How does he look like me?
I'm just saying you go by the name Giant Bubba.
Giant Bubba, yeah, right. Okay. Well, Bull Nakano reminds me of you.
Boss man. Big Boss Man, we're going to call you.
Maybe. Hope so. What do we got here? Worldwide toy pickups. Now, this here is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a very, very long time. And I've seen some pretty cool shit. We've got a life-size replica WWF Hasbro Championship belt. What a great idea. Great idea. Now, Adam from 3 Points of Articulation podcast owns this belt, had this created. I'm not sure how thick it is or the size of it, but it's obviously life-size, and it looks pretty cool.
Look, it's not. No, I don't like it. It just looks so crap. I like the idea of it, but
yeah,
it just doesn't work as a big belt. It just, I really like the idea, and if you had have told me about the idea before seeing the finished product, I would have been all in. I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But after seeing it with a dude, and I'm like, it kind of looks like you, Aaron Ferguson, if you're watching. That could be you. I just think it's not for me. No, and I really think that silver faceplate would get scratched, just like the original belts. It's scratched in 2 seconds.
Yep. They don't last long, do they? Don't last long.
I was going to share a little image here as well. Cella Toys announcing they're bringing the heat with an Eddie Guerrero figure. So the sketch drawings on the screen, exclusive to Cella Toys. Tippy with the art. The Brian Tipping Jr. with the artwork. Really, really cool feet. It looks like the Macho Man style body from the Hasbro line, but they've really nailed that Eddie Guerrero WCW with the long hair.
Yes, they have. Did you see the Cella Toys display at one of those UK WrestleFest or WrestleCons?
Yeah, it looked pretty cool, didn't it? We didn't like it.
No, not really.
I've bought an Atom Bomb and a Dynamite Kid, and I'm waiting for them to be shipped out. So
I saw someone doing a figure review on their Atom Bomb, and I tell you, it looked like a Hasbro been left in the sun for 20 years. Like one arm was a different color to the other, and they look like a child's squeeze toy. Like they're not solid.
Well, I'll tell you when I get mine, mate. I've never ordered them before, so when I get them, I'll let you know.
They're almost between, in my opinion, they look like they're a Bone Cruncher versus Hasbro combined, and they just look very hollow. And the Greg the Hammer Valentine was probably the best one that I saw. The Demolition looked, Jesus, I don't know, didn't like them.
See, for me, I don't need the Demolitions. I have Demolition.
Yeah,
I have the Hasbros. That's why I wouldn't buy them. But Greg the Hammer,
the Andre the Giant. How bad was Andre the Giant? The yellow trunks.
I thought it was all right.
No, come on. And you compare that to
you must be very tired. You're very critical this evening.
I am.
Reminds me of being at home, mate.
Compare that to Zombie Sailors Andre the Giant. No comparison.
Yes, well, also I'd say there'd be a difference in cost. And the other thing with Cella is they have shipped figures.
How much do you pay for a Cella figure?
Oh, I can't remember. $20, $25, probably about the same as Zombie.
Yeah.
What was Zombie, like $40?
I honestly can't remember.
This is the problem with collecting is you think, oh, well, I don't have any money. Oh, that's right. I just spent $60 on 2 figures that I haven't got yet. You know what? The other thing I still can't wait for is the Mattel Creations. When's that coming?
Yeah. Well, what's coming up with them?
Well, the Ring and the Doink and the Macho Man. And,
yeah. When's that due?
I think it was towards the end of the year.
Okay, cool.
But it can't be too far away. Hey, couple of comments, mates. Firstly, Brad Perryman's commenting saying, "Who's the male in the pink?"
Well, clearly that's me, mate.
That clearly would be you.
Model.
And the other comment from Michael Jordan, the Luke Longley of figure collecting. How much is Zombie paying you to bag Cella?
He should be paying me, shouldn't he? I might
pay us in figs, Zombie.
Yeah.
Hey, did you want to talk about Gianni's toy fair?
Yes, I can. I don't have it in front of me. Do you have the image? But Gianni.
So Gianni Italiano, who said he's going to be selling some figures at the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair. It says Malvern Town Hall. Is that Victoria, James?
I would assume so, yes.
Where's Malvern?
Melbourne.
And,
Let me have a look.
You've got to book tickets, apparently. There's a link on our Facebook group. Subscribe and follow along to the Melbourne Town Hall. And it is this Sunday. So what's that? Today is... what's today, mate? Tuesday.
Today is, Tuesday.
5 days away. So go there, buy some of Gianni's figs. And if they're not priced well, you tell them, say, hey, Gianni, I want a discount. FDU.
And get a photo with him. Get a photo with him posted in the FDU group. It'd be great to see some of the community members come together.
Go on, mate.
Well, great one. That's community news. Now let's hear a word from our major sponsor.
The Wrestling with Figs podcast is proudly supported by Go Figure Collectibles.
I can't believe this.
Go Figure Collectibles have been established for over 20 years and have an extensive range of wrestling figures, DVDs, and merchandise. Go Figure Collectibles offers a huge variety of pop culture items such as Funko Pops, statues, TV, movie, and video game memorabilia, and so much more.
It's a fact for you, mate.
For all the Wrestling with Figs podcast listeners and Figs Down Under community members, use code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide.
You're gonna be joking me!
5%, yeah. Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out the store on 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria, and say g'day to Jeff and the team.
G'day, mates.
Support local and support Go Figure Collectibles, who continue to do great things for the collecting community down under.
And go.
And go, all right. Now, this week I have chosen from the Go Figure warehouse a vintage Robocop mint on card collection. I remember these in the mid-90s as a kid. Actually, no, earlier than that. It'd be, late 80s? Robocop?
Early 90s, I reckon.
Early 90s? I never had these, but I remember seeing them in shops. I remember seeing them at friends' houses. It was such a cool movie back in the day. Well, there was three of them from memory.
So people used to love RoboCop. Like, it was one of those sort of cult movies that if you hadn't seen it, all your mates were talking about it. I never really liked it.
Okay.
I liked the figures, but the movie, I couldn't get into the movie. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I always thought when I was watching it, my parents were going to tell me off for watching it. So,
have you watched it as an adult?
Nah, I haven't watched it since Mark Penter's year 6 birthday party. We were watching RoboCop, and I'm pretty sure I chucked it in at halfway through the movie and went and played some cricket in the backyard. So shout out to Mark if you're watching.
Yeah, g'day, Mark.
It was, I think that was the last time I saw it. It was about 96,
nice one,
mate. Might have to rewatch it.
One. Yeah, watch it. Watch it again. There's a couple of the story's pretty cool. Like I like the storyline. I'll have to watch it again to judge it. But hey, late 80s, good for its time.
Yeah, and anything late 80s is really good at this stage. Like,
yes,
you watch some of the crap that's out there now, far out.
You know what I watched the other night? I just felt like watching a Rambo movie. And I was scrolling through the Rambo, the First Blood's one of the best movies ever made. And I didn't even realize Last Blood was out. Have you seen Rambo Last Blood?
No.
It's not the greatest, but I watched it. It was just because my wife was out and just sat there, kids were in bed, and I watched Last Blood. It's so graphic. It's so Rambo-ish. It was awesome. It was such a...
You know what I watched?
Cool
I watched
movie.
the other night, mate, that you'd love Major Payne.
What is it?
Major Payne. Damon Wayne.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow with a cameo.
Yep.
It never gets old. And the best thing about Major Payne is it's rated PG. So if you're a kid and you're trying to convince your parents of something to watch and you see Major Payne, that movie is no way should that have been PG. There is so much language and guns and shooting, and the scene where the little kid's scared of the ghost in his cupboard, so he starts firing a pistol into the cupboard. And he goes, well, if he's in there, he ain't happy. And I watched it without my kids, and I thought, there's no way I'm letting them watch this. My son would just take every line and then say it to his mates at school and get himself into trouble.
Yeah, kids do that. Far out. Well, let's keep this show rolling, mate. Next up is Merch Perch.
Dude, I went down to the shops to pick up some fruit and veg. I couldn't help myself. Went down to the toy aisle. You never believe what I got. What you get? What you get? I got some figs. What you get? What you get? Found some